In an orc mind, the game is simple. See a village, take a village, repeat. The first half is usually easy to do. But after that, it gets difficult. But why is that? Why Northerners are so known for rushing? To explain that, let's briefly go through their units. Grunt is the workhorse of this faction. Your bread and butter, cheap, disposable, and quite tanky. Somewhere between being a main unit and a support is a troll. It can be another main unit of this faction. However, only in some matchups, like against Undead or Dunefolk. Every other unit performs supportive role to the units above. Archer is a damage type platform. It carries all that orcs need to deal with various threats, weak to fire or pierce. Assassins make capturing villages easier and weaken targets to get kills also easier. Wolf Rider is a scout. It's not exceptional scout, but it does the job of pressuring flanks well. Naga is a swimmer and lets you control the water, and the Goblin. Goblin is there to let them still compete in longer games where not much happens. All of those units are orbiting Grunt, well, sometimes Troll, and this very simple design really does work nicely. However, there is more to talk about when it comes to faction design. If you look closely, you will realize that orcs aren't actually all that good on paper. Drakes should swallow them whole. Loyalists and elves should just win without much trouble. But that is not happening. But why is that? Why Drakes and others are actually losing to Northerners? The answer lies in cost. Costs are another big part of faction design, as they often dictate the way faction has to play, and orcs are cheap. Excluding goblins, as 0 level units, without upkeep the price range for Northerners is from 12 to 17 gold, skewed much closer to 12 than to 17. In an actual game, that really gives them big edge in an early game, because units aren't just balanced around the cost, but also upkeep. It is exactly upkeep that makes cheap units stronger and expensive units weaker for their cost. Yet, with time, an army of cheap units will pay more in upkeep than that of an expensive one. Balancing things out with time. But that time has to pass first, so at the very start of the game, cheap units have an advantage. Northerners, with their cheap units, will surely use that well. That also means that orcs are quite good at defending things, not just attacking. However, if you just try to defend things, you mostly will likely lose in the long run, as enemies with more expensive units will be able to accumulate more power with time, and while Gobo is free of upkeep, it also is not a stellar unit when it comes to value per gold. So to actually use that advantage, you have to be aggressive, you have to rush, you have to take villages, you have to gain more gold and support. That way you can maintain your advantage and push for more. This is by no means a guide how to play Northerners, this is more of an explanation how they work, but to give you a piece of advice, to rush well you have to be in the right place at the correct time. So after capturing your own villages, you can quickly launch an attack at the enemy as soon as possible, with as many units as you can while pressuring the other flank with Scout. So have fun and try them out. But for now, thank you for watching and I will see you next time. Bye.